What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Another viable experimenting deck list to try out in the White Forest edition of the Duelist Cup, where we are all about working with different engines aside from the usual super standard lists in terms of White Forest engines. Now, for those who've been following the White Forest guide for quite some time, for starters, I'm not interested in Runic because Runic has been taking too many hits off from the Master Duel ban list, and the toy engine, I feel like, to me, in general, aside from the super standard list of the toy version, too much UR/SR to my own liking. So I figured, you know what? Maybe we should try something super spice of all super spice in any shape or form. And what better variation to try it out with White Forest Sky Striker. Now, when it comes to the Sky Striker engine, in order for you to play the game with this deck, you literally gotta have no monsters in your main monster zones in order for your Sky Strikers to accelerate. And most of the times, in terms of Link monsters being in the extra zone, again, based off from the extra deck, we are doing tons of extensive testing and or ratios in any shape or form, depending on what cards are good and what cards need to get cut and so on. Nevertheless, White Forest Sky Striker list for you guys. 2 LZ, 3 Sylvie, 2 Rusia, 1 Woes. For the Sky Striker engine, 2 Ray, 1 Rose, and I totally understand that 3 is usually be the heart and soul of the deck, which is normally correct, but at the same time, I literally do not want to give up too many normal summons between the 1 Sylvie for the Woes, as well as the Ray and or Rose if I don't see any, but at the same time, the ratio between Ray and Rose, in my honest opinion, is that they can be specialed all from Area 0, which is nice. So, once again, 2 Ray, 1 Rose. And then for the Sky Strikers, 3 Engage, 1 Afterburner, 1 Jamming Wave, 1 Area 0, 1 Hercules Base, 1 Mecha Modules Multi-Roll, 1 Hornet Drones, 3 Widow Anchor, Eagle Booster, Shark Cannon, only one-ofs. And then for the Bamboo Sword engine, I suppose, 3 Cursed, 3 Golden, 1 Broken, and 1 Original Bamboo Sword. The Original Bamboo Sword come up in a scenario matchup between it was either Pendulums or even U-Bell in terms of the grind game state, and it's basically where eventually whenever a resource runs out in terms of unbreakable boards, you could just have Hayate with the Original Bamboo Sword, and it's basically Raigeki on the crackback once the direct attack comes up, which is nice. And then the rest of non-engine, I suppose, Foolish Goods, Triple Tactics Talent, 2 Forbidden Chalice, Call by the Grave, Blizzard, and then the only hand trap count is 3 Infinite Impermanence. Extra deck consists of Silvera, Ursula, Diabelle, the only White Force Synchros, nothing more, nothing less out of it, And then because it's Sky Striker variant, we decided to test out the extra deck variation alongside with the Sky Strikers. So aside from Lina and Dark Charmer links, Celine, Access Code, nothing more, nothing less, 2 Kagari, 2 Shizuku, Hayate, Kaina, Zeke, and Azalea. And this has been James Polk with the White Forest Sky Striker variation of the deck. Wasn't so much on the replays, but I figured let us showcase the debut of this variation that no one has ever thought about. With his hand going first, it is absolutely insane. Foolish Goods, toss out Curse Sword, Ash keeping Curse Sword in check, normal Rose, broken on Rose, Kaina to start, engage for Widow Anchor, drew into talents. Let me take a look. Okay, this looks like Pendulum Dragons. So Dragon Shrine, All Eyes Phantom, Odd Eyes, and Nib. Obviously, we're going after Nib just to make sure no more hand traps are interfering with us. Also, All Eyes Phantom Dragon. Level 10, Scale 0, Dragon Pendulum, and for some reason it is a UR, so let's see why. Scale effect. Once per turn at the end of the damage step, if your Dragon Pendulum monster attacks an opponent's monster, you can activate this. It can attack again in a row. You cannot declare attacks the turn you trigger this except with that monster. Actual monster. Can't be normal summon set, must be special, no other ways. From hand or face up extra deck by attributing all monsters minimum of 2, including a Dragon Pendulum monster. Once per turn this way. Once per turn during damage calc, if this card battles an opponent's monster, double this card's current attack until the end of this turn. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap, card, or effect, as a quick effect, you can send one spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation. Crazy card. Hand Rip Nib. So All Eyes, Odd Eyes, and Dragon Shrine. Game state simplified. And with that said blank card, Dragon Shrine, toss out Dark Worm, effect, Imperm, All Eyes. So what you're saying is, I happen to trade off Nib for Performer Power Odd Eyes Dissolver just to fuse Summon? Okay, that's stupidity as ever on my part. So what's the case on the fusion token? Evil Starve Venom, as in Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. For some reason, still legal at 1 on Master Duel, which is wild. History lesson for you guys. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, in terms of the FTK version, it was banned due to the Pendulum FTK involving this card and the Lyrilusk fusion monster that deals so much damage. Context is, the Lyrilusk fusion monster simply says, based off from the fusion materials, if I ever recall correctly, that's how much levels that it gains. And then Evil Starve of Venom's ability is, once per turn, you can target one other monster anywhere on the field or in the graveyard until the end phase. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Okay, so basically, almost forgot about the Lyrilusk Fusion's side effect on a burn. It's 500 times the level based off from the number of materials that it's used. So when Evil Starve of Venom was fully legal upon release, it's usually 2 copies of this card because it's a soft once per turn, and then the Lyrilusk Fusion is what makes Evil Starve of Venom become a copycat to that Lyrilusk Fusion. Thus, 500 times its level, according to Evil Starve Venom, assuming that if it were the copycat, 500 times 8, that's 4,000. 2 of these copies out, that's 8,000 damage, aka Pendulum FTK, thus leading in TCG land Supreme King Dragon Starve of Venom banned to this day due to Pendulum FTKs. Evil Starve of Venom, target Kagari to copycat. Widow Anchor, take the Starving Venom. And then the Pendulum scooped. And with this hand going first, it's super solid. Engage. Getting Ray. Maxi out the gate. Let me take a look. 10 Pie Dragons. So Chandra, Droplet, Ogre, and Veiler. Game state simplified. Apparently, Talon's hand-ripping Chandra was not the best idea because opponent top decks the same Chandra anyways. So most cases, flip up Imperm, Droplet sending Chandra, and then 10 Pie Dragon players scooped. And last but not least in this experiment, with this hand going second, it's way past doable. Toy Box, setting Toy Soldier, and Toy Tank from the hand as it seems. Yo! 10 Pie Dragon. 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 a stellar of the White Forest. Also, White Forest variant mirrors. Insane. A stellar sending the soldiers, grabbing Sylvie. Sylvie search for Tails. And soldiers bring it back. Now, I know what most people thinking, why not Tails of the White Forest not added into the main deck? It's because Dronalot Bird is a card right now, and in the best of one, not a whole lot has the space to main deck Droll, so I figured it's not necessary for me to main Tails. And I know everyone is going to question, you also decided not to main deck a Stellar. What's the reason behind that? That is a good question. I really do not see the point of a Stellar being main deck, because normally she is a really big magnet to hand traps such as Imperm and or Ash, if I recall correctly. Yeah, she's a light spellcaster tuner from the deck, so yeah, she can be ashed, which means that a Stellar is a really big magnet to the hand traps. And if you don't have either Elzette, a spell trap to send, or Rusia with the save of the extension, then it's literally no point for me to capitalize on turn one like it's meant to do. So throughout the purposes of testing for science experiments, I decided not to main deck a Stellar. Same with Tails. Toy Soldiers, adding Rusia. Rusia, 3 special. Oh, bar on the floor. Rusia sending the tank to draw one. Tank, bring it back. Visas Amritara, aka Starfrost. So let's see. 1 or more tuners along with 1 light. So basically Rusia the tuner and the tank is a light, being Visas Amritara, aka Starfrost, while it's on the field. Visas Amritara for Vanadium Reframing and 2 sets. Normal Array and Perm. It does nothing. Kinda. Block Baron. Vanadium Reframing. Negate Destroy, since Starfrost exists. Ray comes back. There's Max C. Ray into Hayate. Direct attack. Attempt. Baron, negate the activation and kill off Hayate. LZ, sending Eagle Booster. Oops, that missed. Ash Blossom keeping LZ in check. Broken on Baron. Golden. Talents. Let me take something out of this, being Baron. Baron, kill off Toy Box, and 1 set. Normal Stellar, sending Tails, and hence why, ladies and gentlemen, a Stellar is a big magnet to hand traps. A Stellar, Tails, reset, bring back a Stellar, Tails for Sylvie, Chaos Angel, Banishing Broken, 3,000, 3,500, and pass. Engage. Oh my, Max C again. Getting anchors. drew into Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon for a Stellar. Widow Anchor, the Chaos Angel. Rusia, free special. Normal, LZ. Synchro into Rusia. Synchro into Diabell. Attempt to grab talents. DD Crow says nope from nabbing talents. Dark. Taking Chaos Angel. Serious? Not that. If this card is special summoned, target one card anywhere on the field, banish it, and that spot removal is not once per turn? Yeah, Chaos Angel is absolutely cracked. Banish Baron, Rusia, return Diabell, and Rusia is gone out of here due to DD Crow again, but Diabell return. Dark over a Stellar, Chaos Angel, 3500, and pass. Piraray map in White Forest? Stat lineup wise. A Stellar, LZ, both 0. Okay, so it's just a Stellar and LZ being the legal targets. Getting a Stellar. Normal a Stellar. Sending Tails. For Effect Veiler. A Stellar and Tails. Reset button. Bring it back. Tails. For the glossed out LZ. Set to Masquerina. And for some reason, White Forest somehow ran out of steam. I'm guessing no space for SP, as far as I can imagine. I wouldn't even know. But nevertheless, so guys, that's going to do it in the White Forest Mirror and the experimentation of White Forest Sky Striker. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys next time.